All right, I'm here in a secret garage, okay, where I will build my car collection, okay? So I'll show you what is in here right now, and it's just the M6. And today we are going to Amstec to give this car a Vmax tune-up, right? I think I can get two cars here. Like I should be able to get two cars. Maybe if I just tilt them a little bit or turn them so I can place two cars here, because the whole space is 9 meters and 20. This is now a luxury problem, I know, because the M6 has 4 meters and 80 in length, right? It's a luxury coupe. As you can see, it takes a lot of space. Hey, shut the fuck up, cow. Anyway, we will move it a little bit slightly to the back, remove those tires, and then place another car here. My God, look at that line. Wow. Okay, see you a little later. Also, of course, how else would you start to do a dyno test on this car than putting it on the, filling it up, man. It consumes so much fuel, it's absolutely insane. I hope that with the chip tuning, we're going to use a little bit less fuel. Maybe that will be something. I mean, I've heard of plenty of cars that are using less fuel, but I don't think the M6 is actually able to use less fuel, man. It's insane. Every single time I drive this car, I have to fill it up. So filled up, you have seen it, 98. So that means no cheating, no V-power, no 100, no 102, no octane, whatever, 85, ethanol, nothing, none of that. Just simple 98, super plus, wherever you get it. And we're going to see how much horsepower this beautiful car will get after the tune-up and after the release of the Vmax. So see you later. Now, one question. Why have I decided to stage 1 tune the most tricky engine, the most difficult engine and delicate engine that BMW has ever produced? Why have I decided to stage 1 tune it? Well, it's because I lead by example, okay? So I don't feel comfortable with promoting a company that I do not trust myself. So Amstec Motors is really a fucking professional. All of those people there that are working there are absolutely are professionals. So I decided, you know what? Lead by example. If you want to promote something and people want to believe you, why not do it yourself, right? So I'm doing it. I'm doing the stage 1 tune. You can now get 20% off on your software tune-up. I'm going to release the Vmax because this car has a Vmax limit at 275, strangely. Probably because the speedometer is off, so it's like 255, 260 if I'm honest. And then, just tune it a little bit, tweak it a little bit so it has a little bit more horsepower or maybe a better fuel economy. And that's what I'm going to do, right? So if you look at the description, you'll see azizdrives as the promo code. Make sure you go to Amstec or you write them on Instagram so they know that you're coming from me, and also that I know you're coming. So if I have time and you're staging your car or tuning your car, I can maybe come and pay you a visit and maybe film it a little bit. We can dyno run it and see how much horsepower it actually produces after the tune-up. So that would be great. I also like to meet fans, of course. I love to meet fans. I mean, seeing all the surprised faces and then giving you the honor of coming by and checking up your car when you're tuning it. That is it's a beautiful thing, and I like to do that. So more information about this topic is going to be on Instagram. I'll write a little description on the reel, and I think that's everything that's left to say. Let's tune this car. Alright, the laptop is mounted, the work is starting. We are tuning and mapping the M6, which means we will have a little bit more power later on this dyno. So very important, as I told you, leading by example. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait, because that means I can get more modern cars with this old lady. Alright, so quick information while the car is running up. What we did is we put the software on, as I told you, Vmax delete and stage 1 tuning. And now we are running, kind of relearning the system, because it is a Siemens system. It takes a little bit longer. So I mean, it's going to take like a couple of kilometers, and then right after we're going to check how much power it does. And I mean, I paid for the speedometer, so I'm going to use it, right? Alright, see you a little later. All right, so the warm-up runs have been done. There is no result yet because after 5,000 RPMs it starts to kind of yeah it has a little bit of slip on the rear tire, so we're adjusting that. Then we'll see how much horsepower it actually produces. I'm very curious actually, because I know for a fact those engines can't run too much horsepower on the basic engine. I mean, no exhaust tweaks, none like that, okay? This is just a normal M6. We did 495 horsepower original, or 496. You can check the video. I'll put the link in the description. And now we'll see what it does with the stage 1 tune-up. So I'm very excited actually. I really am excited. Can't wait for the results. But the most important thing was for me the Vmax delete. But still, I think this is going to be fantastic. We are putting in the last numbers. As you can see, it had 477 Newton meters and 495 horsepower. So now we're doing the next run, the real run, and let's see what it does after that. You won't believe this shit. You won't believe this. This is exceptional. Look at that. Holy motherfucking shit. 540 horsepower, man, and 523 fucking Newton meters. 540 horsepower. What the fuck did you do? Subhanallah, brother. All right, just let me explain this, because Movie, the master of this tuning, has explained it to me. As you can see, before I used to have a very low torque number, right, at 2000 RPMs, going up to 4,000, kind of linear. Now I have almost double the torque. As you can see, right at 2,500 RPMs, it almost rips 400 Newton meters of torque. Really being aggressive in the lower RPM ranges, which means I don't have to shift down to accelerate faster. This is a very strange number, but I noticed it when driving that it really needs time to get going, right? Now I can just rev it up a little bit, and the engine should be able to withhold that, because obviously it has 5 liter in displacement, right? It's a V10 with very small cylinders, but still 5 liters should be able to withhold that power. Very intense, incredible figures, man, incredible. And here almost peaking out at 600 Newton meters, man. This is phenomenal. And of course we're going to test drive it later, because holy shit, man, that is insane. Can't wait to drive it, really can. We're just going to do a second run to see whether this run is going like a reference run, to find out whether this is working. But I mean, you can expect a lot for your car, man. I mean, I don't work with dumbasses. I just want to work with the best, and this proves it. All right. This is now the second run, guys. And we managed to do 4 horsepower more. I am absolutely shocked. I'm shocked. Literally, I'm shocked. I can't believe it. This is exceptional. I can't believe this. This is fucking insane. I mean, the car is standard, really. There's nothing to it. I mean, I have the Ravenel 10W60 oil. I have a Dahler sound system, exhaust system, and that's it. That's it. This is exceptional. It's unheard of. It's insane. Never heard that in my entire life. Never. This is the second run. As you can see, 544 horsepower on the engine, 405 horsepower on the tires. So that is almost 20 horsepower more on the tires than the last run. 530 Newton meters, which is absolutely insane. And it goes really up in the lower RPM ranges and stays up until the end. And you can see there's nothing fake here, okay? We have 48 degrees of Celsius in here. So none of that fakery that you would see at other tuners. This is exceptional. This is exceptional. Now, as he's driving out, let me give you a quick tour of what is around here. So this car has almost 400,000 kilometers and has 360 horsepower. This is going to drive on 1,000 horsepower, and this was dynoed today with 963 horsepower and 1,370 newton meters of torque. So whatever you might say, they are absolute experts, and I can't believe what they have done with the M6. This is incredible. It really is. Friends, we are driving the BMW M6 right after the tune-up. Actually, it's a couple of days later because I really didn't have any time to film the difference of this car, how it was before and after. Now, what you have seen on the dyno is that the power output after 3000 RPM is much more precise and much more higher. So I have much more horsepower right at the beginning of the RPM gauge and the bandwidth, and it stays up there all the time. So do I notice that? Actually, yes. I'm giving you a little example. So this is a high revving engine, which means it doesn't have any power in the lower RPM ranges, right? So you would actually notice it very, very good. Now, when I put it into fourth gear, for example, here at 2,500 RPMs, and I step on the throttle, nothing happens. And now all of a sudden at 3,000, it feels like VTEC just kicks in, right? That's the Vanos of BMW, of course, but it is a nice feeling actually, because once you accelerate, nothing, and then all of a sudden, poof, you feel it lighting up. You can literally tell in the cabin that the car has more power now. So the only thing that I don't have is a Dragley right now, but we're driving right next to Germany, and I'm not sure if I can give you an exact time, but I believe we could do under 8 seconds, 100 to 200. I'm not sure, but I have to test it. Now, is it a very big difference? I wouldn't say so. Right? 50 horsepower is a lot more for a natural aspirated engine, but whether the car has 500 or 545 horsepower, you won't really tell the difference if you're not driving over 250 kph. What is certainly going to happen is the Vmax is of course open, and the car could literally easily clock out at 330, I believe, with 550 horsepower, especially with the aerodynamics of the M6 of that generation. But it's not a significant change. It's a nice, good change. It does feel a little bit more strong, but it's not like it's not like it transformed the car completely. Okay, so there's no point to lie about. I don't also think that the fuel economy has gotten any better. I think it's the same. So it's a nice difference. It's nice to have, but it's not like it changed everything completely. The car still pretty much feels the same. It just has a little bit more power in the lower RPM ranges, and I feel like it revs a little faster. So this I can really tell from 3.5 to 5.5. The punch it gives you now is really, really something else. I mean, you can literally tell that the engine is more responsive and jumping forward, and it's a nice thing. It's a very nice thing. Yeah, and that's as far as I can take with the chip. Let's see whether we can do a Dragley, and I will put the times up or do another video. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.